Hello, welcome to my intro to Roblox scripting video, and I'm going to get started here with these three variables. So variable is started with local variable name into whatever you want, and variables can be literally everything in Roblox Studio. You don't need to, it's not like other languages where you have to write in what the type of object it is. You can literally do anything. A part, its position, tables, everything. Now, when you get in a part, let's start with the part variable right here. So to break it down, I have the variable, it's named part, and to find where the part is, like we gotta get workspace, and workspace points to here, and then the dot will point to everything under workspace. This includes everything here and all the properties inside here and all stored methods and events, which I'll get to later. So, and once it gets that, part is under workspace, done and done. Now, part. When you put a dot, you might notice it gives you a list of a bunch of random things. And this might seem really overwhelming, but I'll teach you what all of these symbols mean. So the blue cube are the properties of the part. The purple lightning bolt is called an event. Events are, every time an event occurs, it fires functions that are connected to it. Now, next thing, the three orange lines, these are also usually properties, because here we have material, and the material is also a property. The three orange lines means it's not a regular property, it requires an enum. And enums are like custom variable types. So if you type in enum here and put dot, you'll get the enums for every single thing in Roblox Studio. And material is an enum, it requires an enum. So if I want to change the material of a part, so part.material, I have to type in enum, type in material, because the enum requires material enums. And then I get access to all the materials that I can use to put inside of this material, inside of this property, sorry. It's not like you can put in a string. Some of the stuff you can put in a string, it will like auto translate it. But in scripting language, formally, it wants an enum. That's what the orange lines are. And finally, the last thing is, where is this? Oh yeah, I just do. If you do a colon, you'll get these purple cubes, the moving purple cubes. And these are methods. And these are like built-in functions that do a certain task. So if the most simple one, destroy, it runs a function where it destroys the part. If I do, what's the one that I require? Oh yeah, is a very simple function. It allows you, this function returns true or false depending on whatever you put in here. And since we already know this is a part, this method is basically useless. But basically, if I want to check if this variable is a part, I put in part here, and it will return true because it is a part. Those are what methods are. Now, let's talk about events. Events, the first one you'll probably learn is .touched. And all events come with the method called connect. And what connect does, it allows you to connect stuff to functions. And if I create a function here, let's create an add two numbers function. And the two arguments are a and b. So what this will do is whatever the function equals to, it will return a and b. But obviously the return thing doesn't work with connect, because there's you have to make an outside variable first to store the number to do it. But okay, so let's do add two numbers. If I put in this function in here, no parentheses, it has to be the function without parentheses. And this is basically, this allows you to store the function, just in case you didn't know. So if I do func here, add two numbers, I have a variable that points to a function. That means I can put this in here too instead. And if I want to run the function through the variable, I put in the parentheses and put in the two numbers in here like this. Now, what this will do is create a connection. This yellow triangle represents the event. And whenever an event fires, in this case, whenever something touches the part, we have our function here. And when I run this connecting, I create a connection right here. And whenever it gets touched, whenever the touch activates, it will go to all connected functions, meaning I could connect this twice in a row, and it will run twice or three times. I made three connections, and every time the touched event fires, it runs all three of these connections. That's why it's important. That's why some games tend to lag this thing called memory leaks. Every time you're done with a function, like, oh, I don't want this function to run anymore, or it will never run again, I want to sever the connection through this other method. We need to make a variable to do this, a variable called connection, and make it point to one of these. Like I said, you can make a variable point into literally everything. And this one points to a connection, and the connection has a method called disconnect, which severs the connection. And you want to do this or else your game will lag. Too many connections will lag your game. So that's the basics of those. And now the next thing is to talk about conditionals. You can also make conditionals into you can also do this. 5 is bigger than 10, which will obviously print out false. And this will print out false. You can, this is just demonstrating that variables can point to literally everything. So if you do that, it will create a false. And you can make this fancier by I add this function, compare two numbers. And I can return the result of this. which is completely useless, by the way, since we already have this thing that does the same thing, and it will give me the same result. And this is useful for if the numbers are changing. Like you have a mini game where you're comparing people's scores. I did not print out the result. Whoops. Oh, made it string. Supposed to print out the variable, which should be false. There we go. Now, other useful things you should know outside of just coding, because those are all the basic things that might confuse people. Oh yeah, the task keyword. This contains a library of very, very useful methods. The most useful one is task.wait. Makes the script wait. It's better than regular wait. I don't know why they still keep this here. I don't know why this isn't just the default. You type less, but people want you to use task.wait instead. This one's more accurate. Now, the very useful method you want to know is task.spawn. And this takes a function as a thread. So usually when you run a function, wait, then print. If I put a wait statement here, and then make it print, let's say the argument right here, and I call this 3 times. First, second. This will make me wait 3 seconds, and then make me wait another 3 seconds to print second. What if I wanted to print them all at the same time? I wanted to run 2 functions simultaneously next to each other. This is what task.spawn is for. And it accepts functions. And be careful, do not put in the parentheses. And when you do this, I can run things simultaneously. But obviously, how do I put in my arguments if I can't use the parentheses? So the solution to that is to create a function inside here. You don't need to put in a variable. You can straight up just make a new function inside the parentheses. Like, I got this like, if I copy and paste this out, this is literally just a blank function without a variable name. And then I paste it back in, this will not error. This will not error. So I put this in, and then I put in my arguments. So I copy and paste this twice. I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to do this. I'm just stuck with doing this as a habit. This will run both scripts at the same time. So if I rerun this, it will print first and second at nearly the same time. Obviously, first will come first because I sent this one first. I should probably explain what some of these containers do. Starter character script. Whatever you put in here will end up in any player character that spawns in. I put a part inside here. That means when, oops, I didn't make my character spawn in. When I spawn in my character, it should have this part under my character model. Right here, this is part of my character model. And starter player script is the same thing, but for the player object. Player object is located under players, and this is where the actual, like, this is where the local side player stuff come in. Oh yeah, local side and server side. Should probably explain the difference. Basically, local side, there are 2. You can switch between them with this button right here. Things that happen local side are run on the user's computer. So if I delete this local side, it should still be their server side. But if I delete this one server side, it should also disappear local side. The reason being is because whatever happens on the server, it will automatically do it for all the locals, all users' computers. But if you delete something from the user's computer local side, it won't happen on the server side. And that's how you make cutscenes, because obviously if you run a cutscene script where you move a camera, you only want one person to see it. You don't want it to affect everyone. And there's only one camera per local side. Like, somebody might have thought that everyone, like all the cameras that everyone uses are stored server side. It doesn't work like that. All of them are on the local side. If I delete this camera, I lose access to my local camera, and I only can see the server camera. Why does I delete the server camera then? Oh, it won't even let me. Oh yeah, that should be all the basics for Roblox Studio. The other stuff like server script service, this is for just storage. Only the server can see this, by the way. Local side cannot see whatever you put in here. Replicated storage, both server side and local side can see it, and the same principle applies where the deletion is only one way from is a one-way relationship, where if you delete local side, it won't go to server side. If you delete a server side, it will go to local side. The effects will happen local side. Yeah, that should be the basic rambling. All right, goodbye.